Crocodiles are massive beasts, but their brains, let's just say they don't do much of the thinking. They rely on brute strength and instinct, but when they go up against true heavyweights, their limitations become painfully obvious. In the vast, flooded grasslands of South America where reeds sway with the wind, and the water conceals as much as it reveals, caimans are usually the ones to be feared. Armed with crushing jaws, armored skin, and lightning reflexes, they rule the waterways. But all of that changes when a jaguar enters the scene. At first, everything was still. The surface of the water barely rippled. Birds chirped in the distance, and the caiman basked lazily along the muddy bank, half submerged and unaware. But in the shadows, a predator was watching, silent, focused, and ready. With a sudden, explosive burst of power, the jaguar launched itself from the bank, crashing into the water and sinking its teeth into the caiman's thick hide. Chaos erupted. Water exploded in all directions. The caiman twisted violently, tail thrashing, jaw snapping in desperation. But jaguars aren't reckless, they're assassins, built for power, built for precision. The cat adjusted its grip, repositioned its jaws behind the caiman's skull, and changed tactics. Using its muscular frame and expert swimming ability, the jaguar dragged the struggling reptile underwater out of sight and into the murky depths. There, where the caiman should have had the advantage, the jaguar held firm. It didn't need to overpower its prey immediately. It just needed to outlast it. Moments passed. In another gripping moment captured in the heart of the jungle, a female jaguar moves like a shadow along the river bank. Her body is low, her paws silent against the muddy ground. Every muscle is focused, every breath controlled. She's stalking a caiman, one of the river's deadliest residents. But today, the hunter has become the hunted. The caiman lounges near the water's edge, unaware of the danger drawing closer with every step. It's a scene soaked in tension, quiet, still, almost serene. But nature rarely stays quiet for long. Then, without warning, the jaguar explodes into motion. She lunges into the water with terrifying force, sending waves crashing in every direction. For a heartbeat, all is chaos, then silence. The surface stills, the birds go quiet. Moments pass, no sign of the jaguar, no sign of the caiman. When the jaguar resurfaced, it did so alone, its jaws clamped around the lifeless form of the caiman. Victory had come not just from brute strength, but from strategy, patience, and precision. The jungle's most cunning predator had once again proven why it's feared even in the water. When the jaguar resurfaced, it did so alone, its jaws clamped around the lifeless form of the caiman. Victory had come not just from brute strength, but from strategy, patience, and precision. The jungle's most cunning predator had once again proven why it's feared. In the sun-scorched wetlands of Africa, survival often forces even the most seasoned predators to push their limits. On this particular day, two lionesses, gaunt from days without a kill, abandoned their usual strategy. Hunger had sharpened their instincts and their courage. They locked eyes on a target few predators would dare challenge, a fully grown crocodile basking at the edge of a muddy river. Normally, lions avoid crocodiles. The reptile's thick, armored hide and bone-crushing bite make it a risky opponent. But desperation changes the rules. The lionesses moved in slowly, silently, flanking the croc with eerie precision. It wasn't just a hunt, it was a coordinated assault. In the steamy heart of the African wetlands, danger lurks just beneath the surface. One such danger, a full-grown crocodile waited silently in the murky water, eyes locked onto its next target. A herd of elephants had approached to drink, and trailing behind them was a calf, young, vulnerable, and momentarily distracted. Sensing an opportunity, the crocodile surged forward in a sudden ambush, jaws wide, aiming for the calf's leg. But before it could even make contact, the earth itself seemed to shake. The mother elephant. The sun hung low over the African wetlands, casting a golden shimmer across the still water. A mother elephant stood at the edge of the riverbank, calmly drinking, her massive frame peaceful and unmoving. Just a few feet away, her calf splashed playfully, unaware that danger was inching closer with every passing second. Beneath the surface, a crocodile lurked, its eyes barely visible above the waterline, body coiled like a spring. It had locked onto the calf, waiting for just the right moment to strike. And then, like a torpedo, it lunged. In a flash, the calm was shattered. Water exploded upward as the crocodile launched itself toward the baby elephant, but it never reached its target. The mother, sensing the ambush, reacted with terrifying precision. Trumpeting with fury, she spun around and brought her massive foot down like a sledgehammer. Yet again, a crocodile made the fatal mistake of underestimating a mother elephant. In the heat of the midday sun, a herd had gathered at the water's edge, calm, relaxed, and unaware that danger lurked beneath the surface. As the baby elephant stepped closer to drink, a sudden ripple broke the water's stillness. In a heartbeat, the crocodile surged forward, jaws wide, aiming straight for the calf's leg. But it never got the chance. With a deafening trumpet, the mother elephant spun around. In an instant, her protective instincts took over. She charged without hesitation, ears flared, eyes blazing, and feet pounding like thunder. The crocodile barely had time to react before it was pinned beneath thousands of pounds of fury. What followed was chaos. Dust rose, water splashed, and the crocodile's body was repeatedly smashed into the mud with merciless stomps. The crocodile barely had time to react before it was pinned beneath thousands of pounds of fury. What followed was chaos. Dust rose, water splashed, and the crocodile's body was repeatedly smashed into the mud with merciless stomps. There was no pause, no second chances. In a matter of seconds, the predator was reduced to nothing more than a broken heap. Two giants, both apex predators in their own right. One, armored in scales with a jaw that can crush bone. The other, sleek and powerful, a master of stealth and precision. When they meet, the world holds its breath. You expect chaos, you brace for the clash. But this time, there's no fight. No sudden lunge, no violent eruption of power.